All right, let's talk about a book that's pretty much a legend in the personal finance world. Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's sold millions and millions of copies, and for so many people, this was the book that first got them thinking seriously about money. So let's dive right in.
But here's the real question we're going to dig into. Is this book genuinely a life-changing guide to building wealth, or is it just a lot of motivational hype? We're going to look at both sides and try to figure out what the real deal is.
So the entire book is built around this simple but honestly really powerful story, a tale of two dads. And these guys aren't just characters in a book. They represent two totally different competing philosophies on money, work, and, life itself. And this right here, this is the heart of the whole thing. On one side, you've got Poor Dad, who was Kiyosaki's actual father. He followed that traditional path we're all taught. Get good grades, find a safe, secure job, and work for that steady paycheck. But then there's Rich Dad, his best friend's father, who taught a completely different lesson. He said, the wealthy don't work for money, they make their money work for them.
So, why does this matter so much? Well, according to Kiyosaki, this shift in thinking is the only way to escape what he famously calls the rat race. You know, that endless cycle of going to work just to pay the bills, only to find you're never really getting ahead? Yeah, that. The key to breaking out isn't about working harder, it's about getting a real financial education.
So what is it about this book that makes it so unbelievably popular? I mean, there's a reason it's been a bestseller for decades. Let's get into what people really love about it.
Okay, its biggest strength is probably its simplicity. It's not some dense, intimidating textbook, right? It's told through a series of simple stories, which makes it perfect for anybody who's kind of scared of finance. But its real power, the thing that gets everyone, is how it can just spark this huge shift in your mindset. It forces you to question everything you've ever been taught about jobs, about security, and about money.
If you only remember one single thing from this book, let it be this. This simple sentence is the absolute core of the Rich Dad philosophy. It's the central rule for how you build wealth. But what does it actually mean?
Kiyosaki's definitions are about as simple as it gets. An asset is anything that puts money in your pocket. Think of a rental property bringing in cash or stocks paying you dividends. A liability, on the other hand, is anything that takes money out of your pocket. That's your car payment, your credit card debt. You get the idea. The whole strategy is just to spend your life buying assets and avoiding liabilities. That's the game.
Okay, the book is inspiring, for sure. But it's also far from perfect, and it has gotten a lot of sharp criticism over the years. So now let's flip the coin and look at the other side of the argument where Rich Dad, Poor Dad really falls short.
The critiques usually fall into a few big categories. First, a lot of readers find it super repetitive. Second, and this is a big one, it's very light on actionable advice. It gets you all fired up about what to do, buy assets, but it gives you almost zero detail on how to actually do it. And finally, its huge focus on real estate tends to kind of gloss over the very real risks that are involved.
And then we have the elephant in the room. Was Rich Dad even a real person? A lot of people have questioned if he was just a clever character made up for the story. Kiyosaki himself has been really vague about it, and for a lot of critics, if the central character isn't even real, it kind of undermines the whole premise. So after looking at the good and the bad, where do we actually land on this? Is it a life-changing guide, or is it just a lot of hype? Let's try to pull it all together for a final verdict. Here's the bottom line, I think. You should see Rich Dad, Poor Dad as a powerful starting point, but not the final destination. It is absolutely brilliant at one thing, completely changing the way you think about money. But what it is not is a detailed step-by-step financial plan. It's not a roadmap. So the best path forward probably looks something like this. Step 1. Definitely start with Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Use it to get that motivational fire lit and to challenge all your old beliefs. But, and this is crucial, step 2 is to move on. Don't stop there. Once you've got that new mindset, you have to go find the other resources, the other books that give you the practical how-to that this one is missing.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to chew on. After hearing all of this, which mindset is guiding you? Is it the Poor Dad's path, working for money? Or is it the Rich Dad's path, making money work for you?
Your answer to that question might just be the start of a whole new financial journey.